Good evening, everybody. I call this meeting to order. Let's begin with the pledge.
Trustee Fritchie,
Present.
Trustee White, Deputy Mayor Lopez,
Here.
and Mayor Levin.
Here.
Great. So let us begin with the first resolution, please.
Oh no, I think you do the swearing first.
That's what I was referring to, the swearing in. The resolution approving Nico Herrera as a police officer. Yes. Okay, come right on up. I'll swear you in, then the chief will have a few words, then we'll have time for your family and friends to come up for photos. Okay? All right. So, I, Nico Herrera,
Nico Herrera,
being duly sworn, state on my honor, I will never betray my badge,
I will never betray my badge,
my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
or the public trust.
I will always have the courage
I will always have the courage
to hold myself
to hold myself
and others accountable
and others accountable
for our actions. Further,
Further,
that I am a resident
that I am a resident
of the state of New York,
of the state of New York,
and I will support
and I will support
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the state of New York.
and the state of New York.
I will obey
I will obey
all the ordinances,
all of the ordinances,
rules, and regulations
rules, and regulations
of the village of Ossining,
of the village of Ossining,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
of the office
of police officer
of police officer
in and for
in and for
the said village of Ossining, New York,
the said village of Ossining, New York,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Omar. You wouldn't believe it. There's a lot of writing on that little piece of paper. So, but you did great. You did great. This is always a great time for the OPD, bringing on new blood, new officers to our ranks. Nico comes to us from another law enforcement agency. He has some experience. He's a Westchester resident. He's a graduate of the University of Delaware. So any blue hen fans out there, here we go. Played a little club ball there. So we're really excited for him to start with us, and we know you're going to do great things, and we're looking forward to joining the ranks and being part of the team here. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Chief. So we'll have the board come up for a photo, and then family and friends and fellow officers will come up, and then we'll continue with the meeting.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So why don't we do, while they're chatting in the back, but just do the resolution.
Friends and fellow Ossining folks, you're all definitely free to stay. If you would like to continue any conversations, if you can do so outside as we continue the meeting.
Yeah.
And congratulations once again to Officer Herrera.
Resolution approving Nico Herrera as police officer. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby appoints Nico Herrera for his second year police officer in the Village of Ossining effective December 8th, 2025 at an annual salary of $90,973, second year salary. And be it further resolved that this appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 12 and not more than 52 weeks. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We have a public hearing tonight in the matter of the cable television franchise agreement between the Village of Ossining and Cablevision of Ossining LP. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak on the Cablevision? Is there anyone online that would like to raise their virtual hand and speak on the public hearing of the cable television franchise renewal agreement? Seeing no one, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Mayors and trustees announcements.
None for me, colleagues.
Oh, get your flu shot.
Please.
Yeah, no, really, get your flu shot. I got mine today.
Madam Clerk, oh, please. Please.
Okay.
Don't forget that we have our,
Mic on.
don't forget,
Oh, it is.
Um,
Okay, sorry.
I'll work on, maybe I'm taking your thunder, Village
Yeah, I
Manager.
see it.
But the tree lighting is this Friday, going on 6 p.m. I believe,
Mm-hmm.
right? So always a fun event. Try that.
And what's special about the tree this year?
It's real.
It's real and it's new.
Okay, is that, Mayor, you're fine?
Your microphone's off.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, moving on. Administrative reports, Village Manager Karen Totori.
Good evening, everyone. So correct, the tree lighting Friday at 6. Santa has already RSVP'd, and he will be staying overnight for breakfast at the community center the next morning and Saturday. So if you would like to have breakfast with Santa, please sign up. This is a free event, but you do have to pre-register, which you can do on the community center, recreation center website. And you have a choice of 2 seatings. You can have breakfast with Santa at 9 a.m. or at 10:30 a.m. Then St. Nick is going to be off visiting some other communities for a few weeks and doing his other stuff because he can't be in Ossining all the time. However, he will be back for the Candy Cane Run on December 21st. And that will start at 9 a.m. And we will make sure in advance that you guys have a map of where he's going to be delivering candy canes right before Christmas. On December 17th at 5 p.m., the Chabad of Briarcliff and Ossining will be hosting the annual menorah lighting in Market Square, and everyone is welcome. And yes, the tree lighting is in Market Square too. And as the year comes to a close, we are still busy as ever at the Village of Ossining. We're continuing construction work on the multimodal transportation hub, as well as the Indian Brook water treatment plant. And we are putting the final touches on the plans for the community center renovations. we will be updating the board soon on that, and we'll hopefully be ready to go out to bid within the next month. So.
Lovely. Corporation Counsel, Stuart Kahan.
For our bi-monthly parking tip, if you happen to have temporary registration for your car, which many people do, you need to post both the temporary registration and keep the old expired registration on your windshield. If you don't, you will get a ticket. Okay, simple, just a little tip there. I do want to just say this, having handled the prosecutor functions for about the last 3 or 4 court sessions, I want to express my thanks to, first of all, the folks in the building department, starting Maddie and everybody down from there, but a particular shout out to a senior code enforcement officer, Greg Gross, who does monumental work with regard to this. First of all, he is there at each court appearance. He makes me look really good because he knows what's going on in the cases. He actually talks to the judges, and I just sort of like stand there and let Greg basically handle it. He deals with the attorneys, he deals with the applicants. So he is of immense assistance in terms of getting this stuff done. Greg sends me every week all of the appearance tickets that are on for that particular week with his notes. We go over them in our weekly Friday meetings, but I can't thank him enough. And on the court side, because I also do the parking calendar, the court staff is of immense help. You don't see them, but Maria, Marnell, Fernanda, Catherine, Janeth, Patsy. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. If I am, I apologize. They basically help me get the calendar together. Most of the folks who come into court for parking are Spanish speaking, so they actually are with me in my little alcove over there, translating all the tickets and basically going over the offers and everything like that. Plus, there's someone in the court who is also translating when the person appears before the judge. But it frankly works seamlessly. Folks come in, so I cannot say enough for the work that those folks do. It's unsung, it's not seen, but if they were not there, the calendar, which usually ends between 8 and 9, would probably end between 11 and 12. So I want to just thanks to them. And again, as I said, to the folks in the building department who really, make it shine. And I don't want to leave out our friends in the police department because many of my violations do involve police matters. And generally, when we have parking trials, I have to have police officers in, and they are there. And we deal with that as well. So from all ends, it's very helpful. And it makes, again, the prosecutor's job just that much simpler. And when the prosecutor is in a better mood, the defendants will end up being in a better mood. So thank you.
Police Chief Aaron Zimmerman.
Good evening. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Gearing up for the next set of holidays coming up. And just wanted to, for those of you who did not tune in early, we swore in our newest police officer, Nico Herrera. He joins us, enforcement agency with some experience. Starts on Monday. We're really looking forward to him joining our team. He comes with a lot of experience, fluent Spanish speaker, pretty good baseball player. Other than that, as we are continuing in the holiday season and lots of gatherings and after work functions, make use of those third-party apps. Use Uber, use Lyft, use a taxi. DWI enforcement is up this time of year. So please do not get behind the wheel after you've been drinking. Parting gift, run into one of our officers. Not the stocking stuffer you're looking for, believe me. So please, get a sober ride, use a taxi and a ride share service. Not worth it. Keep an eye on those packages still. If you're getting deliveries at your houses, keep your cars locked. It's an unfortunate reality of this time of year that petty crime is up as far as thefts are concerned. So please make sure you take care of your valuables either in your car or on the front porch of your homes. Fortunately, back these days, but just, be mindful of that, please.
Okay, moving on. Organizational announcements. Announcements shall be event-related only and should be no longer than 2 minutes in length. Is there anyone here that wants to speak on an organizational event? Being no one in the audience, is there anyone online that would like to? Okay, moving on to public comment on agenda items. Visitors are accorded a 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Is anybody here? And is there anyone online? Visitor recognition. Visitors are accorded a 3-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not relating to the agenda, but of the relevance of the common good of the village. Would you please give your name and address when you come up? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Denise Ginyard. I live at 51 State Street in Ossining, New York. And I have a problem with the parking around here. And I have an overnight sticker parking, and we alternate sides of the streets. And there's no signs around here where they tell you park. But you got people that live on James Street. They have a parking lot down there. They're supposed to park. They come on the street and park, and they don't get no ticket. But I get a ticket, and I have a sticker for parking. And then they give me a ticket for parking in a crosswalk. I'm supposed to have 2 parking spots. I'm supposed to be able to park there, but they give you a ticket. And I just brought the ticket in today. And I brought her a letter today too. And it's not right. My neighbors too, they got a ticket for the crosswalk. And we have stickers. Everybody that live on James Street don't have stickers. And they're not doing their job by looking around in the cars. And you have commercial vehicles that not supposed to be on the street. And they on the street. There's not enough parking for us. Not fair. Thank you so much.
I live at 50. Also, I have a handicap sticker. So there's never nowhere to park. I even have a picture where I was parked and they said I was too close to the crosswalk, but they have no yellow sign, no yellow coloring on the ground. Otherwise, I have to park like 2 blocks away. I've been at 51 State Street, 2005. And I also have a handicap sticker, so it's hard for me to walk so far.
Okay. I would like to say, Donald Jones. I also would like to say, there's a fire hydrant across the street from us. They don't ticket anyone being there. 15 feet, we make sure we leave enough space because we worry about something get burnt up. Police ride by all night. Nobody tickets them. The ticket agents at night, same thing. People park there. Nobody says anything. Nobody does anything. I mean, we would just like it to be fair if you're going to do it. Do it to everybody. Not just selective, because we find the ticket that we got on the other end. I was maybe 4 or 5 feet away from the crosswalk. Down on the other corner, somebody was in the crosswalk, didn't get a ticket. You had to ride by me to get to that. Ticket me, but you didn't ticket the car in the corner. It's there overnight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
While I have heard your comments and will be referring your specific comments, including the letter that you sent. Thank you for that, to the appropriate authority so they can respond to you specifically. I want to say generally that enforcement of parking is something that we take seriously. We have limited amount of space in the village, and particularly spaces where there are a lot of community members that are vying for spaces. This is something that there are two ways that we're looking to address this. One is through the use of looking at these tags and who's getting the tags and how. It's something that we talked about during the last couple of months that we really want to, as folks are applying for tags in the new year, really ensuring that that is under control, so that we're not kind of giving the tags to just anyone and there's not enough spaces. But then the second is also through enforcement, through the way that it's been enforced historically is by having an officer looking at tags that folks have on their cars. But we're moving towards license plate readers that allow officers to drive down the road and automatically be able to know, because it's registered in the system, who has a tag or not, ensuring that there's consistent enforcement in a way that's sustainable for officers. So this is something that is broadly on our radar, and thank you for bringing these specific issues to us so we can address them and get back to you. Madam Clerk?
Okay, moving on. Village Board resolutions. Approval of minutes, November 19th, 2025. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes on the November 19th, 2025 regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the voucher detail report, December 3, 2025. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated December 3rd, 2025, in the amount of $590,498.10. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sue, did you say December 3rd?
Yes, that's today.
Okay.
Okay, this is our first local law, so this will be a roll call vote. Corporation Council, adoption of local law 8-2025, a local law amending chapter 92, building construction and fire prevention code administration and enforcement of the Village of Ossining Code. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining, the Village Board, has been considering the adoption of proposed local law 2025 entitled the local law amending chapter 92, building construction and fire prevention code administration and enforcement of the Village of Ossining Code. And whereas a public hearing was conducted on November 19th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. at Birdsall Fagan Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street, Ossining, New York, and via the Zoom platform, affording members of the public the opportunity to be heard. And whereas the public hearing was closed on November 19th, 2025, whereas there is no impediments to approving the proposed local law, now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby adopts local law 8-2025, a local law amending chapter 92, building construction and fire prevention code and enforcement of the Village of Ossining Code, and be it further resolved that the local law 8-2025 shall become effective upon filing with the Secretary of State pursuant with the municipal home rule law. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. Trustee Fritchie.
Aye.
Trustee White.
Aye.
Trustee Yost. Deputy Mayor Lopez.
Aye.
And Mayor Levin.
Aye.
Okay. Corporation Council adopted local law 9-2025. There's another roll call vote. A local law amending chapter 247 towing for the Village of Ossining Code. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining, the Village Board, has been considering the adoption of proposed local law 2025 entitled a local law amending chapter 247 towing of the Village of Ossining Code, and whereas a public hearing was conducted on November 19th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. at the Birdsall Fagan Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street, Ossining, New York, and via Zoom platform, affording members of the public an opportunity to be heard, and whereas a public hearing was closed on November 19th, 2025, and whereas there is no impediments for approving the proposed local law, now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby adopts local law 9-2025, a local law amending chapter 247 towing of the Village of Ossining Code, and there be further resolved that local law 9-2025 shall become effective upon filing with the Secretary of State pursuant with the municipal home rule law. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote again. Trustee Fritchie.
Aye.
Trustee White.
Aye.
Trustee Yost.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Lopez.
Aye.
Mayor Levin.
Aye.
Okay. Corporation Council, adoption of local law 10-2025, a local law amending chapter 229, streets and sidewalks of the Village of Ossining Code. Everybody needs to table it.
Do we have a
Motion to table?
Make a motion to
I
table.
would like to make a motion to table this.
I'll second her motion.
Do I have a vote on tabling Corporation Council local law 10-2025? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Corporation Council authorizing the Village of Ossining to renew cable franchise agreement with Cablevision Ossining LP to operate a cable system in the Village of Ossining. Whereas the Village of Ossining executed a cable agreement with Cablevision of Ossining LP, the franchise, on April 2nd, 2014, which was thereafter confirmed and made effective in New York State Public Service Commission on May 21st, 2015, for a term of 10 years, case number 15-V-0004. And whereas the said franchise agreement expired on May 21st, 2025, and whereas the franchisee has submitted a proposal for franchise renewal agreement to continue operating its system within the village, and whereas the village and the franchisee have mutually agreed to the terms of the franchise renewal agreement, and whereas a duly noticed public hearing affording the opportunity for any and all interested parties within the village to be heard on the proposed franchise renewal agreement was held at the Village Board of Trustees on December 3rd, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village Board of Trustees determines that it is in the best interest of the public and to award the franchise renewal agreement to the franchisee, and be it further resolved that the Village Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village manager to enter into the franchise renewal agreement with Cablevision of Ossining LP and to execute any other documents necessary to effectuate the granting of the franchise renewal on the benefit of the Village of Ossining. Do I have a motion on the amended resolution?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fiscal year 2026 budget adoption. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining received from the town assessor for the year 2026 a combined total assessment value of real property and special franchise properties of $3,159,247,556. And whereas the Board of Trustees of the 2026 tentative budget on November 5th, 2025, in accordance with Section C4-3 of the Village Charter, has since amended the same, and whereas the public hearing for the tentative budget was open and closed on November 19th, 2025, and whereas the Board of Trustees, upon giving further consideration to requests and recommendations from all department heads, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining Board of Trustees of the Village for the fiscal year 2026, showing that there was levied and assessed upon the sum of taxable and special franchise properties of the Village of Ossining is herein before listed the sum of $26,415,033 be raised on real property tax levy, which sum is more completely set forth in the budget of the Village of Ossining, and be it further resolved that the tax rate rounded to the nearest penny, the same thereby is fixed at $8 and $8.3612 per $1,000 of assessed taxable valuation, and be it further resolved that the adopted budget for calendar year 2026 shall include the appropriations and estimated revenues for the general fund, the water fund, the sewer fund, Section 8 program fund, and debt services fund as modified by the Board of Trustees as follows. And again, there's a chart and it will be posted on the bulletin board of the village office. And be it further resolved that the Board of Trustees does hereby authorize the capital plan for the calendar year 2026 as presented, see attached, subject to follow-up board resolutions for capital projects to implement. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Let me
Did
just say
we-
thank you, and then I'll tee it up, and then Mayor, I know you have some thoughts as well. To, of course, our village manager, our treasurer Dale, and the entire team that made this happen. It takes a lot of work for this relatively short resolution to happen so succinctly, but it represents all of our hopes and dreams and promises for the next year. And thank you for all the hard work that went into it, Madam Mayor.
Ditto, and I wanted to thank everybody. The budgets can only be approved by the legislative body, but the staff really tees up all the work and managing a couple of hundred folks and making sure that every department gets its fair say and fair shake and still come in on budget at a time when costs are increasing at such a rapid rate. It's always like a pleasure to go through this, and frankly, it really establishes our strength going into 2026. This is a really good budget, and it really takes into account union negotiations, new benefits for our volunteer fire department. There's a lot of new stuff in here. There's some stuff that is continuation of some successful programs, seniors, kids. It's all been discussed. I think we take up really most of November going through these conversations. And I do want to shout out also, we did get some residents or community folks writing with some very detailed questions, which I thought was just terrific. I look forward if people still have questions. Our pleasure to inform, answer, and be thoughtful about the way the budget is being spent. And so I thank everyone that contributed to the whole process. Thank you all very much.
And we voted on it.
We voted.
Yeah. Adoption of changes to fee schedules for 2026 other than water and sewer fees. Whereas that at this time, village management has recommended certain change to the adopted fee schedule for 2026. Now therefore be it resolved that the village fee schedule is hereby amended effective January 1, 2026 for the following user changes and fees. Again, the list will be posted on the bulletin board in the office, at the clerk's office, and online. And be it further resolved that any other user fees in the adopted fee schedule for 2026 shall continue in effect until and unless changed by resolution by the Board of Trustees. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adoption for the changes in the fee schedule for 2026 water and sewer fee, rents and fees. Whereas the village adopted financial goals and policy requires in part the establishment of periodic evaluation of user fee charges and fees to generate revenue sufficient to support the cost of the water and sewer funds. And whereas at this time, the village manager has recommended a 5% increase in the water and sewer rates to be adopted in the fee schedule for 2026 and for meter fees and related service connection fees. Now therefore be it resolved that the village fee schedule for water and sewer rates and fees is hereby amended and effective January 1st, 2026 as follows. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
And again, the list
Aye.
is posted on the bulletin board at the clerk's office and is available online. Finance resolution regarding unpaid water and sewer charges. Whereas the village treasurer has presented the Board of Trustees a statement setting forth the amounts of all delinquent unpaid water and sewer charges in arrears located in the village limits, including penalties for the identification of real property affected, and whereas pursuant with Section 11-1118 of the village law, such water charges are a lien upon the premises effective thereby, and whereas pursuant with Section 452 of the general municipal law, such sewer charges are a lien upon the premises affected thereby. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant with the Section 11-1118 of the village law and Section 452 of the general municipal law, the unpaid water and sewer charges plus penalties shall be set forth in submitted statement from the village treasurer will be, and therefore hereby are, levied upon the properties in default and added to the annual tax levy with respect to such property, and be it further resolved that the levied hereby shall be collected and enforced at the same manner at the same time as provided by law for the collection and enforcement of the village taxes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, bless you.
Resolution regarding unpaid ETPA charges. Whereas New York Unconsolidated Laws, Section 8628B, provides the legislative body of any city, town, or village acting to impose regulation on residential units pursuant with the provision of this act shall impose on the owner of every building containing housing accommodations subject to such regulation an annual charge for each of the accommodation and such amount as it seems necessary for the expenses to be incurred by the administration of such regulation. And whereas the Village of Ossining received from New York State Homes and Community Renewal an invoice for $5,840 based on the charges of $20 per unit with 292 eligible units, and whereas the village may assess a surcharge for its administrative costs in connection with the ETPA program, whereas by resolution dated September 2nd, 2020, the Board of Trustees authorized the village treasurer to assess a $5 per unit surcharge for each of the ETPA eligible units. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to the September 2nd, 2020 resolution, the unpaid ETPA charges will be set forth and annexed list are levied upon the listed properties and added to the annual tax levy with respect to such properties, and be it further resolved that the amounts levied shall be collected and enforced in the same manner and the same time that may be provided by law for the collection and the enforcement of village taxes. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Finance resolution regarding unpaid cutting and removal charges. Resolved that pursuant with Section 8811 of the Code, the unpaid fees for cutting and removal are set forth in the attached statement from the village treasurer be and the same hereby are levied upon the property in default and added to the annual tax levy with respect to such property, and be it further resolved that the amounts hereby shall be collected and enforced in the same manner at the same time that may be provided by law for the collection and the enforcement of village taxes. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And again,
Aye.
these properties that are in default will be posted on the board in the clerk's office and are available online. Do we have any continuing business of the board? New business of the board? Village manager, Civic Plus. Resolved that following review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign the two proposals from Civic Plus, 302 South 4th Street, Suite 500, Manhattan, Kansas, 66502. Not to be confused with Manhattan. Q-97570-1, Central Starter Agreement migrating the village current website to a Civic Plus Web Central platform, and Q 102224-1, Standard Department header page beginning with the Recreation and the Parks Department. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we have an adjournment? Do we have an executive session? We have an adjournment. We have adjournment from our meeting this
Move to
evening.
adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Get home safe. This meeting is adjourned.
Aye.
8:12.